Hello everyone, I'm Sinjay Kumar and today I will be explaining in detail of the game developed by our group for CPT 113 Hackathon assignment. So the name of our program is Coin Tossing Intuitive Game. Okay, so let's take a look at the program source code. This program is designed in a way that two groups, let me show you, in the function game, where two groups consisting of 3 players in each group play 3 rounds, and the group with the highest points at the end will be declared as the winner. And also, a class named group is created where the variables are player 1, player 2 and player 3. 2 objects representing these 2 groups are created in the main, which can be seen here. G1 and G2 are the 2 objects that is created, and this will require the users to enter the name of the players. Once the first group enter their player's name, the names are saved in the object G1. The same method is used for group 2, and the player's data is set in object G2. And then, once the player enter the required data, the instruction is shown to the players. So now, the players will be required to enter their choices. The first player from first group is required to enter one of the choices given, and the first player from second group is also asked to do the same. If the player from group 1 gets point, the points will be pushed to stack class. So stack class uses stack data structure, and the top pointer always point to the last points passed to the data structure. Now, if the player from group 2 gets point, the points will be enqueued to queue data structure, where the queue data structure is being implemented. The top pointer always points to the first point that was enqueued to the queue. We can put this in a simple way, where the queue data structure as shown here, and also the stack data structure as shown here are being used to store the points collected by the players. Different types of data structure is being used by the group as to fulfill the specification required in our program. So now moving on, the process repeats. Once everyone has played, as you can see here, then the total number of points collected by group 1 will be calculated using pop function in stack class. The same goes to the queue class, where the total number of points will be calculated using the queue function. Okay, so the main difference is stack class pops the last points that was pushed into the data structure till it pops the first, whereas queue class dequeues the first point that was enqueued into the data structure till it dequeues to the last point. So once the total number of points collected by 2 teams are calculated, the program compares which teams collects the highest point. The groups with the highest point will be declared as the winners. And if both teams score the same amount of points, then the game ends in a draw. They can run the code to play the game. Now let's take a look at the game when we run the program. So let me maximize the screen. As seen, the system will display a welcome screen in which it asks for the players to enter their details. So now we're entering the details for players in group 1. And now we'll be entering the details for players in Group 2. After inputting the player's name, now the screen is cleared and it displays the instructions of the game. Let's take a look at the instructions of the game. A. This is one-on-one game between two groups. B. The tossing of coin is simulated by random number generator. C. If players 1 choice and player 2's choice are the same, the game will be a draw. Yet, the tossed coin by the system is used to determine whether the chosen choice is correct or not. If correct, both groups are awarded 25 points. If the answer is incorrect, then neither group benefits. D. If the system tosses a coin that is similar to the coin chosen by player from Group 1, then Group 1 earn 50 points. If the system tosses a coin that is similar to the coin chosen by player from Group 2, then Group 2 earns 50 points. And according to the rules of the game, no groups will be penalized by losing points. Lastly, to determine the winning group, 3 rounds will be held, and the highest total points accumulated group will be the winner. So there is 2 options available here. Heads represented by 1 and tails represented by 2. This is round number 1. Player 1 from Group 1 inputs their guesses. Player 1 from Group 2 input their guess. The player's choice and the winner is shown. Player 2 from Group 1 input their choice, and player 2 from Group 2 input their guess. The choices and the winner is shown. Player 3 from Group 1 input their guess, and player 3 from Group 2 input their guess. The choice and the winner is shown. That's all for round 1, and now the game continues to round 2. Player 1 from Group 1 inputs their guess, and player 1 from Group 2 input their guess. The choice and the winner is shown. Now player 2 from Group 1 input their guess, and player 2 from Group 2 input their guess. The choice and the winner is shown. Then player 3 from Group 1 input their guess, and player 3 from Group 2 input their guess. The choices and the winner is shown. Now moving on to the last round, which is round 3, where player 1 from Group 1 input their guess, and player 1 from Group 2 input their guess. The choice and the winner is shown. Next, player 2 from Group 1 inputs their guess, and player 2 from Group 2 inputs their guess. The choice and winner is shown. Moving on, player 3 from Group 1 inputs their guess, and player 3 from Group 2 inputs their guess. The choice and the winner is shown. The system will now display the final results, which is total marks accumulated by 2 groups and then the winning group. That's all for our game, Coin Tossing Intuitive Game, which goes beyond great luck and good guessing. We hope the code and game was understandable and fun. Thank you and have fun.